Hi, this is Luke, and this is my channel, Hot Wax and Cool Vinyl. Welcome back. Last video I did a must-have, should-have classic rock albums, and that got me thinking as to what would be affordable debut albums that absolutely belong in your collection. So, from a rock and two new wave entries in there, I kind of broke it down this way. Time frame was between 1975 and 1979. Affordability, $14.99 and down. So anything under $15. And that used Discog's median price as a guide. Now it is, by all intent and purposes, not a lot of records, but I also want to keep these videos short. When I watch other videos on YouTube, as interesting as they may be, if you're taking 20 minutes to tell me about the 10 records you think I should have, you're kind of losing me after a while. Unless you're really going to go in depth into one record I've never heard of, 10, 15 minutes, you kind of like, at the 10 minutes is kind of like the maximum. So with that said, let's start. First record that I think you absolutely must have as a debut record. We have Boston. Boston's debut. If you saw my other video, you realize how much I enjoy Boston's music and the particular sound that I think Boston does and does so well. Their debut record, if you're my age, you recognize and you remember that it just was something that sounded very different than everything out there during that time frame. Can be had for $8. I mean, you know, great album, and an $8 in really good condition. So absolutely must-have album as a debut record. The other debut record, Dire Straits. Dire Straits, self-titled, Sultans of Swing. Amazing record. Really, Knopfler is just an amazing guitarist. He's a good songwriter as well. But it just was, again, for the era, it was very, very different sounding. It had some Sultans of Swing. If you hear it, I mean, you can judge for yourself, but it's got jazz, some certain licks, and it's really just a well thought, well put together record. And again, $9 or so for a great debut record. New wave, The Cars. Again, just hear it for the first time in, you know, the late 70s, when, you know, it's either disco or thumping or really heavy rock, heavy metal, a lot of disco, and then along comes The Cars, and you're like, wow, that's a great different sound. I mean, just completely blown away by the sound. I actually got a chance to see The Cars in concert in Central Park in 1979. They had just started out, and, you know, debut album was their record. Good show. Ocasek was, again, you know, just a really talented musician. Great album, inexpensive album. Go ahead and get it. Elvis Costello. I mean, seriously? You can't try to be any more Buddy Holly than this guy was in his debut album. Great record. I mean, just just English post-punk, or the the next version of punk was this avant-garde. It's just a little bit more musically refined, but the words still come ringing true. I mean, look, Watching the Detectives is a great album, a great song. Allison's a great song. I mean, just really great album. from a great guitarist and a great musician. Get a chance, go ahead and grab it. Again, less than $15. You can't go wrong. And then finally, the B-52s. From Rock Lobster to Planet Claire to Hot Lava. We had no idea when this album came out what the hell they were talking about, what they were trying to do. All we knew was that it sounded different and it was really cool, and it struck a chord with a lot of the guys who I grew up with, because it was, again, you know, we were thirsting for something different. And I grew up in an era, I came of age in 1979, 1978, where it was, you know, we had done all the disco, and it had kind of fallen through, and classic rock, what we consider classic rock now, at the time was simply rock, Pink Floyd, etc. And these guys were great, but something completely different, something completely new, that hadn't been around for a while. And along come the B-52s, Elvis Costello, the Cars, and in the next iteration, the moderate price records, the View records, bands like The Clash on the punk side, who all of which were so different than anything we had listened to at the time. And sometimes we take it for granted that the younger generation, my children's age, they all know who the B-52s are, or the Cars are, or they should. And a lot of times you kind of, you know, with all the choices that you have musically today, you kind of forget or overlook some of these bands. So if you get a chance, go ahead and grab yourself a copy of these albums. Your total cost is probably going to be less than $70 for everything, and that would include shipping. And you can get really clean copies of these albums for that price point. So again, B-52s, Elvis Costello, The Cars, Dire Straits, and Boston. Now, one album that should be here but isn't, because he recently passed away, is Damn the Torpedoes, Tom Petty. Right now, you can't touch that record for under $15. He passed away and all his stuff went through the roof. In the summer of 2018, you'll be able to get Damn the Torpedoes reasonably priced, under $14. That includes shipping. When that happens, get yourself a copy of Damn the Torpedoes as well. Great debut record. For now, that's it. Again, leave me a comment. Let me know what albums you would include, add, or subtract from this debut list, or if you have any of these, and what your thoughts are. Again, my name is Luke. My channel is Hot Wax and Cool.